Hi, everyone. I'm Julie Steele Rowland, and I am doing the Leisure Learning Meet Your Instructor series. And today I have with me Jenn Brinkley.
Hello.
Dr. Brinkley has been teaching classes for us for a while, and yeah, we're just going to jump right in. So, Dr. Brinkley, will you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I'm Jen. I am originally from Kentucky. So I went to Western Kentucky University and then law school at the University of Kentucky College of Law. I practiced as an attorney for several years before going into academia. And now I've been at UWF for 5 years and have done several leisure learning presentations since I've been here. So that's a little bit about me.
Thank you. Also, which leisure learning classes do you teach?
So I've taught 3 different ones. I've got one that is coming up soon on Trailblazing Women Lawyers. So looking at women lawyers who have entered the legal profession. So the history of that is really interesting in terms of, being accepted into law school and then being accepted into the bar in the 1800s, and then obstacles that those in the 20th century face. So that one's really interesting. And then I've got 2 that talk about Dorothy Kenyon. So one is Dorothy Kenyon was a judge, lawyer, and activist in New York. And one is about the fact that she was named first by Senator Joseph McCarthy during the Red Scare in 1950. And so we talk about that, the history of that. And then the other one is her work with another prominent lawyer, Polly Murray, in getting sex equality on jury service, particularly in Alabama. So Alabama in 1965 excluded women from jury service just because they were women. And so we go into the history of the case that they brought to overturn that law. So I have a real interest in women in the law, as you can see. And so that has been the core of the courses I've taught.
Nice. So my next question was, what is your inspiration for those classes?
Yeah, definitely. I think the history of women entering the legal profession is a really interesting one that a lot of people don't know about. When I entered the University of Kentucky College of Law, it was the first time in history that women students outnumbered male students. So it's been slow coming in terms of women's acceptance into the profession. And so I really enjoy researching and talking about that history.
Nice. All right. So what do you like about teaching leisure learning classes?
I love teaching leisure learning classes. I think I've done 4 now, maybe 5. I don't know. I'd have to go back and count, but they're a lot of fun. The students that come are so engaged. They ask questions, they listen, they are just very inquisitive, and that's what I enjoy about it. So yeah, I really enjoy presenting the information and then having thoughtful conversation about that information.
So that also kind of goes into my next question. What can people expect when they come to your class?
Yeah, so I usually have a PowerPoint because I like using photos, and we all learn differently. So some people are visual, some are auditory, and so it's just nice to have, I think, both of those for the students. So I'll have a PowerPoint. We'll go through the history, and I'm more than happy to answer questions as I discuss. Or at the end. And then usually at the end, I try to say about 15 minutes at the end because there's just such wonderful questions. And we usually have a really good conversation. So I really love that. I love that inquisitive nature, that thoughtful conversation. It's just my favorite part about doing this.
Yeah, I think they are a really good audience for
Yes.
what you do and for many of our other classes as well. So one of the things that they struggle with is navigating campus.
Yes.
And
Yes.
um,
So
sorry.
I've been here 5 years and I still have a campus map in my car next to me. So I understand.
So how do they get to your class?
Yeah, so we are in building 70. And so if you come in I usually come because I'm coming from Pace, I come in that entrance. So if you turn right at that entrance, then I think, is it Campus Lane? I
Yeah,
believe is what you.
I love that. I do the same thing. I'm like, Campus Driver, Campus Lane, which
I
way?
know, I get them
So that one is
confused.
Campus Lane.
I get them confused. But so I know if I'm coming from Pace, I turn right and then I turn right at the first light, and then it's going to be on the left before the next light. So we're kind of we're right past law enforcement or UWF police buildings. And so we're kind of up this tiny little hill that is surrounded by these lovely trees. And there's a courtroom that we just got built in the building. And so we've started having them there, which is really nice because people can see this new courtroom that we use for students and community partners. So that's one of the reasons that we've had it in Building 70. Now, we have in the past, I've done one at the archaeology building downtown. So sometimes I'll do it there as well, but it is nice to show off the courtroom a little bit to those in our community.
Yeah, I think it is a nice courtroom, and it's fun to have a class in there because you kind of get to sit like you're viewing what's going on.
Yeah.
All right, so for fun, what's something unique about you?
Okay, something unique about me. Well, I'm originally from Kentucky, like I said, and both my parents were teachers, elementary school teachers who became elementary school principals. And then they both served in as state representatives from our county in the Kentucky House of Representatives. So my dad served, and then when he passed away, my mom ran for his seat, and so she served. So I'm not sure many people can say both their parents have served in the Kentucky General Assembly. So I guess that's something unique.
Yes, definitely. And you can see the influence on your career path
Sure.
from law and
Teaching,
government.
yes.
And
I grew up and I told both my parents I would never be a teacher, and my mom reminds me of that all the time. So I guess she was right at the end of the day.
yes. Well, thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you in class. And I know our students do as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.